guys, and welcome to today's tutorial. This is LNJ AutoCAD and this is the fourth tutorial. Today we'll be talking about selection. Selection is one of the important things that as an AutoCAD user you should know how to use and manipulate and know your way about. Now normally we just press a drawing element to select it. We just click on it to select it, and then we use shift click to deselect the drawing element as such. Selecting multiple drawing elements will be tedious using this click selection. So in AutoCAD 2016 and above, AutoCAD had introduced a new selection tool, which is the window selection. The click is the first way to select, and the window selection is the second way to select. Now with the window selection, we have two forms. We have the rectangular selection, which you just click, you specify one corner of a rectangle, then you drag and click to specify the next point, and then that constitutes a window selection, and then everything in the window is selected for you. And then there's the lasso selection tool, which you specify a first point, click and drag to cover a specific area, and then everything in it is selected for you. So you notice that when I was selecting, we had a blue selection and a green selection. These are the two types of selection that AutoCAD has incorporated in the new versions from 2016 and above. The first type is the green selection. For you to open a window selection and select with the green background or with a green area, you click to specify your first point, and you drag your mouse to your left like this. For you to draw a blue selection window, you drag to the right. Now the main difference between the blue selection and the green selection is that with the green selection, any drawing element that touches or is inside your selection area is selected automatically. With the blue, only drawing elements that are fully inside the area of the rectangle is selected. For example, if I want to select this circle with the two types we've talked about so far, when I use the green selection, I click and drag left. As soon as I touch the circumference of the circle and cover just a little bit of area, you see that our circle is selected and we can go through with any editing we want to. But then when I use the blue selection, when I click and drag, unless I cover the whole circle or the whole drawing element, which is the circle, before then this is going to be selected and I'll be able to use it for whatever I want to. The same thing applies to bigger drawings, bigger elements, bigger samples. As the rectangle is touching or covering a drawing element, it is selected. That's the green selection. It's selected and we can make use of it. But with the blue, as the drawing element gets into the selection area of the rectangle, it's selected and we can use it. So there are two different selection types, and they all have their uses, and they all have their importance and times you have to use them. Supposing you've made a huge selection, you can just use shift and then you select normally using your lasso selection or your rectangular selection to deselect the areas that you want to remove out of your selection, like this, holding down the shift key and then forming this. Some of the important tools that comes with the selection is found when you right click a selection that you've done. Supposing I've selected this circle and I right click it, I get various tools and options available, such as erase, move, copy selection, scale, rotate my selected object, bring my selected objects back or front of another object if they are overlapping, and these add selected, select similar, sub object selection filter is what we are going to talk about, is what you are interested in now. So supposing I have this drawing and I want to select all the circles in this drawing, because the circles are identical and similar, we can task AutoCAD to select circles that are similar to the selected ones, to the selected one, by just right clicking it and go to select similar. When we click on the select similar, you see that all circles that are identical to the ones that have been selected already are selected. The next two that we are interested in is deselect all, which will just deselect all your, so it will deselect all the selections you've done so far, everything. Another example is, supposing I want to select all the curves on this drawing and this drawing, because they are one drawing space, AutoCAD is going to select all my curves, all curves in this drawing. So I right click and I go to select similar. AutoCAD then detects all curves that are in the drawing and selects all. Now note that this tool comes with certain setbacks, because if you want to select only lines on this drawing, you realize that the lines on the drawing on my left here are also selected. So that's kind of a setback for this tool. So if you really want to use this, then you have to be skeptical about when to use it and where. The next tool that's on the list here is the add selected. So when I go to add selected, I can add a selected drawing, a selected line, the same kind of line to a drawing. When I click on this curve and I go to add selected, I can draw similar curves around of the same drawing element just by going to add selected. I'll just specify where to start and then where to continue and where to stop. So I want to draw another circle. I just go to add selected I specify the next point, then I open, and then it draws another circle. So it adds to the circle selection. It adds to the drawing element you have selected. It adds to its selection window. Yes. The next two that's on the list is the sub object selection filter. With the sub object selection filter, it's mostly in 3D, but then you can also use it to filter your selections in 2D too. So let's take this example here. This is a 3D model of a logo. So supposing I want to apply a fillet to the edges of this logo, it will be very tedious to go and select each edge here, and even by clicking, AutoCAD automatically selects the whole solid object. So what we can do is to apply a filter. In applying this filter, you right click, make a selection, you right click, and then we go to sub object selection filter. Now here we have various options such as vertex, edge, face, solid history, drawing view components, and more. When I select vertex, AutoCAD is going to limit my selection to only vertices in the 3D objects I'm going to select. So it's going to disregard any form of selection and select only vertices in the selection window I will draw. For example, when I make a green window selection around my 3D object, AutoCAD automatically selects only the vertices. You can see them highlighted in white here, and they are very visible. Yes, and it's in blue in the selection, and it's very small. They are very small, so you can hardly see them, but then it's AutoCAD has selected the vertices. The same thing applies when I go to edges. So when I create my selection window, AutoCAD automatically selects only the edges. Here I can apply my extensive tool sets, such as adding details to the edges, adding color to the edges, and a whole lot of stuff I can do with this filter. So that's the importance of this filter, and it's really helpful when you are drawing in 3D and making 3D selections. Okay, so that's it, guys. That's all for today. Please do well to check the third tutorial. It will be in the description below. It's on zooming and panning and navigation in AutoCAD, and it's by my colleague Justice. It's very comprehensive, and I urge you all to go and watch it. And please do all to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And then also leave a comment in the comment section below. Yes. So have a good day, have a blessed day, and see you next time.